Hey, I know you're exhausted. And I don't just mean tired. I'm talking about that deep, heavy feeling that's been sitting with you for a while. That feeling where even the smallest things start to feel like too much. When you're doing everything you can just to get through the day, and somehow it still doesn't feel like enough. That kind of exhausted. But I see you, and I'm really glad that you're here. I want to remind you that you don't have to hold it together right now. You don't have to be okay. You don't need to perform or push or pretend. Whatever you've been carrying today, whatever you've been carrying for the past week or the past month, or maybe even longer than that, you can just set it down for a while. Just whilst you're with me, you can just be exactly as tired as you actually are. I think that you've been doing that thing where you keep going even when you have nothing left in you. When you wake up already behind, already bracing yourself, already trying to figure out how you're going to get through everything that's waiting for you. And you do get through it. Somehow you always do. But it costs you so much. It costs you so much more than anyone around you might realize. Because they see you handling it. They see you as fine. Someone who's keeping up. But you're not fine. You are exhausted. And that's okay. That's why you're here. I want you to know that what you're feeling is real. The heaviness is real. The way that everything takes more effort than it should. The way that you can't sleep and you still wake up tired. The way your body feels like it's moving through something thick. The way that things you normally enjoy feel like a lot right now. All of that is real. You're not being dramatic. You're not being weak. You are deeply tired. And your feelings make complete sense. Sometimes exhaustion is about sleep. But a lot of the time, it's about so much more than that. It's about how long you've been going without really stopping. It's about how much you've been carrying that nobody else can see. It's about the mental load and the constant thinking, the planning, the worrying, the managing. When you show up for everyone else, it's about living in a world that moves really fast and demands a lot and doesn't always give a lot back. Caring takes energy. Loving people takes energy. Trying your best every single day takes energy. And when you're giving so much of yourself out, you begin to run low. And that's not a flaw. That's not something wrong with you. That's just what happens when a person who cares a lot has been going for too long without enough rest. Try to remember how long it's been since you actually rested. Not just sleeping, but actually resting. Where you felt still and that you could breathe all the way out. When it felt like you didn't have somewhere to be or something to do. Nothing to worry about. For a lot of people, that's been a really long time. And your body keeps track of that. Even when you're pushing through everything, underneath all of that, your tiredness builds up. And eventually it gets heavy enough that you feel it all the time. Even the first thing in the morning. Even after a full night of sleep. If that's where you are right now, I want to remind you that it makes sense. You've been running for a long time. Of course you're tired. There is nothing wrong with you. Your exhaustion is not a weakness. It doesn't mean that you're failing at life. It's your body and your mind telling you something very important, which is that you've been giving a lot and now you need to rest. And that's not being dramatic and comparing yourself to other people. I know it's hard not to, but that comparison is never fair. You are not behind. You are not failing. You don't have to earn rest. I think it's easy to forget that rest is not a reward. It's not something you have to get once you've finished everything. You need it. You are allowed to need it. I know that the tiredness can make everything feel a little hopeless. Like it's always going to be this heavy. Like you're never going to feel rested or light or like yourself again. But I want you to know that feeling is just anxiety. That's not the truth. When people run this slow, everything looks harder and darker and more permanent. The exhaustion can distort things. It makes temporary feelings feel forever. But this is not forever. This heaviness is not going to always be here. You will will have days that feel lighter. You will have mornings where you wake up and it doesn't feel like a battle. You've had easier days before, and you'll have them again. Right now, you've done a really good job with resting as much as you're able to. Try to let your body let go of this heaviness. Let your mind slow down. You don't have to think about tomorrow or figure out next week or solve whatever's been worrying you. That doesn't need your attention right now. You matter. I know when you feel this tired, it can be hard to remember that. But you matter. The people in your life are lucky to have you, even if they don't always say it. Even if you don't always feel it. You deserve to feel okay. Not just pushing through or gritting your teeth, but actually okay. I know it can be really hard when you're lying there and your brain won't shut off. When you're tired enough to want to sleep, but wired enough that sleep feels far away. Where the quietness makes it worse instead of better. Because a quiet room can just make more room for all of your thoughts. But you're safe right now. Whatever you're worried about, whether it's unresolved or feels impossible, none of it matters right now. You're going to be okay. Things will get better soon. You've done nothing wrong. You don't need to predict anything. Things are going to get better soon. You're going to be okay. It'll be okay. You're safe. I'm right here with you. Everything will be alright.